Pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Who's ready for some good, clean fun? The Ocala RV Show, Thursday, March 4th through Sunday the 7th at the Florida Horse Park. Central Florida's largest RV show. Hundreds of RVs on display, all outdoors. Plus RV lifestyle booths and daily door prizes. No purchase necessary. Buy one, get one free Thursday only. First responders save $2 every day. The Ocala RV Show, March 4th through 7th. Thursday, 9 till 5, Sunday, 10 till 4 at the Florida Horse Park. U.S. Highway 475 South Ocala. Get ready for some good, clean fun.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to hour number 3 of Ocala Talks. I am your host, Tom Schmidt, coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court entrance to the Paddock Mall in the Brick City beautiful Ocala, Florida. We got Dumb Crook news coming up at 10:30. I got some doozies for you this morning, folks. It's going to be a pretty good Dumb Crook segment. Coming up at 10:20, though, a very, very good interview. I'm going to talk with Carrie Melcher. She was a real estate agent for Open Door. That's a digital platform for residential real estate. We're going to talk about how COVID-19 has changed how homes are being bought and what people are looking for now. And it may be a little different than what it was when you bought a home because of how the pandemic has changed the way we think. We'll talk with Carrie Melcher at 10:20. But I want to bring up this. The House this week on Wednesday passed the For the People Act, which would provide sweeping reforms to protect voters' rights, according to what they're saying. It would increase election security and mandate independent redistricting and more. It's known as House H.R. 1. It was introduced and passed. The For the People Act, also known as H.R. 1, was first introduced and passed in 2019 during the last Congress and reintroduced by Representative John Sobrines of Maryland. The bill passed 220 to 210, with one Democrat joining all Republicans to oppose the bill. In a statement, Sobrines says the 2028 election underscored the need for comprehensive structural democracy reform. Americans across the country were forced to overcome rampant voter suppression, gerrymandering, and a torrent of special interest dark money just to exercise their vote and their voice in our democracy. Well, some people would say that it had rampant voter fraud, too. But I noticed that wasn't part of the Democratic Senate, the Democratic representatives' thing. What would it do? Here's some of what the legislation would do. It would expand the voting pool. It wants to increase voter turnout by expanding early voting, lessening identification requirements, allowing same-day registration, and requiring states to set up automatic registration for federal elections for eligible voters. Let's think about that again. They want to increase voter turnout by expanding early voting, so making it longer. That's, neither here nor there. Lessening identification requirements. Lessen the requirements. I want to be more strict on the requirements. I want to make sure that people are voting for the ballots they're supposed to vote for. I don't want to lessen the requirements. I want to make them more strict. And allowing same-day registration. If you can't get off your butt and register to vote before the day of voting, I don't think you've done enough homework to be a responsible voter anyway. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. For all of you that are about to scream into the phone as I talk about how the same-day registration is not good, it allows it's a source of fraud. You could travel from state to state, vote in 3 or 4 different states
100%.
on election day. If you're close enough to state borders, by registering in a motel and voting.
100%. What's to stop me? Jim, you bring up a good point.
Chicago on steroids.
You bring up a good point. What's to stop me if I'm living in the Pensacola area from voting in one day Pensacola, Florida elections, Alabama elections, Mississippi elections, and Louisiana elections? Because I could drive to all of those in about a 6-hour period from Pensacola.
Yeah,
that's the problem with same day.
It's just fraud on steroids.
That is the problem with same day registration, and automatic registration for federal elections for eligible voters.
Yeah. 29 days before the election is not voter suppression. If you've had 11 months, 10 and a half months before since the beginning of the year to consider whether you're going to register to vote, it's time enough.
I could not agree with you more, Jim. Thanks for the call.
Have a good day.
And that's just the voting. They want to expand the voting pool. We haven't got into this bill really good yet. We're just at the voting pool. The bill additionally requires states to automatically register felons once they completed their sentences. It would also expand voter access to absentee and mail-in voting, as well as set ground rules for how those ballots will be counted. As you know, voting by mail skyrocketed because of the COVID pandemic. But, all of those things I have serious issues with, especially the registering day of and lessening the requirements of identification. Now, here's one that I'm not really that upset with. Mandate independent redistricting. The legislation would lessen the influence of gerrymandering and require states to establish a bipartisan independent commission to redraw their congressional districts every 10 years. Now, right now, a majority of the states let their legislatures do it, and so whatever party's in control of the legislature draws the districts, and they only get drawn once every 10 years. And so they draw the districts to their advantage, as I would if I had the opportunity. I've long said gerrymandering could be solved with having an independent commission do the redrawing. I don't see that that's a bad idea. I know that some of you out there go, well, if we win, we get the spoils of victory as we get to redraw the districts. No. That should not be. Gerrymandering is not a good thing. Now, they say they want to ensure voting rights. One provision of this bill would restrict voter roll purges by states that civil rights groups say are disproportionately affect minority and low-income residents. You have to have voter roll purges. People pass away. People move out of state. You have to purge the rolls to make sure that the elections stay legitimate. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people pass away this last year.
Certainly.
If you keep them on the voting rolls, you make it hard for people to gather signatures because the 1% requirement reflects those that are still on the rolls, including all the dead people.
100% correct.
And also it leads to dishonest people voting those dead people's names. And talk about gerrymandering. Miss Ocasio-Cortez represents the Whitestone Bridge. So don't talk to me about gerrymandering.
Well, the thing about the purging of the rolls is I know personally my fiance's grandmother got a ballot this year. She's been passed away 14 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
She's still on a voting roll.
Yeah, gotta purge those rolls.
Thanks for the call, Jim. The legislation would limit states from purging non-active voters from their voter rolls without verifying they're ineligible for voting in that state. Another part of the provision calls for Congress to improve voting protections civil rights groups have said it's been eroded by court decisions. Specifically, the one they point out is Shelby County versus Eric Holder. That threw out a section of the 1965 Voting Rights Act that required states and other jurisdictions with a history of voter discrimination to obtain pre-clearance from federal officials. Well, that got thrown out. Civil War and Jim Crow was a long time ago. It also would require presidential tax returns. I don't know why the hell this is important. I have no idea. I don't show people my tax return. I don't know why we think if somebody runs for office, they have to show us their tax returns. And what do we learn from their tax returns? Because usually somebody like Donald Trump, who never released his tax return while in office, usually these big millionaires like this don't do their taxes for them anyway. A CPA does them, who gets paid to make sure they pay as little taxes as possible. That's what the CPA's job is for that individual. So I don't know why seeing somebody's tax return is all that important. I think it's much to do about nothing. And then this is the one that gets me. Well, they want to increase election security by the use of paper by requiring the use of paper ballots and encouraging risk limit audits of ballots and more. I want to get away from machines. I'm okay with the paper. We'll be right back with an interview talking about real estate with Carrie Melcher after this short timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Attention passengers for flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Who's ready for some good, clean fun? The Ocala RV Show, Thursday, March 4th through Sunday the 7th at the Florida Horse Park, Central Florida's largest RV show. Hundreds of RVs on display, all outdoors. Plus RV lifestyle booths and daily door prizes. No purchase necessary. Buy one, get one free Thursday only. First responders save $2 every day. The Ocala RV Show, March 4th through 7th. Thursday 9 till 5, Sunday 10 till 4 at the Florida Horse Park, U.S. Highway 475 South, Ocala. Get ready for some good, clean fun.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives